Hello and welcome to the Work for Change podcast. It's your host, Jean.
And your other host, John. Welcome to episode number 88. Double eights.
Eights, baby.
Double eights of the Work for Change podcast. We have some exciting news to bring to you. If you're watching the podcast, we are going, you probably already saw it, but we're going to put on the screen, bam, the new logo. And so we've actually been working on this for a long time. For a while. And we were actually hoping, like just a little behind the scenes stuff, we were hoping when we release this to you guys, we would have a bunch of like merch and pictures and stuff, but we've tried a couple different avenues and the merch has been absolute trash. So we were like, you know what? Well, we really want to release this new logo and stuff. So we're just going to release it. And we are in the process of hopefully getting a few pieces of merch for you guys, but we just wanted to release it. So if you're listening and you're like, what is it? It'll be on the Instagram. So if you want to check out the Instagram, it's Work for Change Podcast on Instagram at Work for FOR Change Podcast, and you guys can check it out. We're really, really excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to talk a little bit about the behind the scenes of like when did we decide to do the rebrand? What were we kind of looking with the design we made and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, so the reason we decided to rebrand was just we've never really had a real logo. Like we have the design that we obviously
like
put
the
on.
90s pixel looking design.
We have that but that's not really like a logo, or at least that wasn't the plan. That was just supposed to be like a picture, like for a shirt, and then it ended up kind of turning into a logo. So we worked with one of Jean's friends from back in the day, and he actually, that's what he does, is works on logos and stuff. And so we wanted something that was very clean and very easy, and we could put it on a lot of things, and there's meaning behind it. So what's the meaning behind the actual logo?
So the logo is a delta, the Greek symbol delta, and that's just a triangle, pretty much.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
It's like a stylized triangle, at least in our avenue. And other famous companies use deltas, like Reebok is a delta and stuff like that. So we're not the first ones to use it, but
we're the best ones.
Yes, exactly. And the delta, it's pointing up, and then it's pointing to the right, just to signalize forward progress. And the whole idea of Work for Change is that you are constantly working slowly on, developing who you are and yourself. And we've talked about this a long time ago, but like within everyone, there's like this unrefined awesome. This like, you've got a lot in you. Like it's just, it might be stuck in the mire, stuck in the clay. It might be kind of sludgy and slow, but it's there. And by working through it, it takes that unrefined awesome and turns it into pretty sweet.
So that's exactly
sick,
what
dude.
Like my loose skin is.
It's just
the sludge and the stuff that I still have to refine and turn it into awesome. It's just unrefined right now.
Well, all you gotta do is just bulk up to 300 pounds solely muscle, and you'll get rid of that loose skin.
I was so my friend Jordan. Yeah, I mean, I already take them anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. You and The Rock, bro.
Jokes. Don't talk about The Rock like that. I'm sure he does, but he's a nice man, and
he's a great dude.
I don't care if he takes them.
That's what I'm saying. Just because you take steroids doesn't mean you're a freaking loser.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to clarify there.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
I know him personally. Me and Dwayne. Me and Dwayne.
Yeah, you guys should see the videos they filmed together, running in this meadow with their hands held. But I was like scrolling through Instagram a couple days ago. And my friend Jordan Shrinks recently got her, so a few years ago, so Jordan's lost a lot of weight too, Jordan Shrinks, and a few years ago, she got the loose skin on like her stomach removed, right? And then this past week, 2 weeks ago, she got the loose skin on her back removed, and then I think, if I remember correctly, she basically got some of the fat put in her butt, pretty much is what happened, right? And so, I'm just scrolling through Instagram, minding my own business, and then bam, there's just this picture of Jordan's butt right in my face. And but shout out to Jordan. I'm really happy for her. She is recovering from that, but get it. But yeah, so that she's like, it was just super random. I was like, well, this is weird because this is one of my friends, and now I'm looking literally at their butt. Yeah. That's probably how people feel when I'm in my underwear. So I guess that's fair.
Yeah. Well, especially when you push your butt too. That's definitely weird. No, I wonder, like, is it technically implants if you got it from one area of your body and put it in another, or are they just like replants?
I think it's called. Well, I don't think she got I don't know anything about plastic surgery, but I don't think it's I think there's something called a Brazilian butt lift, and I think that it's pretty much they get fat from other parts of your body and they put it in your butt, I think, and I think that might have been what they did with her. I'm honestly talking out of my butt right now because I really don't know. But it's that is kind of this is super off the cuff, but it's interesting because with loose skin surgery, right? I feel like most people insurance would consider it cosmetic, right? But most people say if you have a lot of loose skin, most people that have a lot of loose skin would probably be like, no, I don't think it's cosmetic. I would say it's more than that. But I kind of wonder what the general consensus is as far as, with Jordan, right? I'm not trying to put her on the bus or anything like that, but it's just an interesting thing that goes through my head is because she got, the loose skin on her back removed. And I honestly think that from a lot of people that I've seen that have lost a lot of weight, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, man, we get flat butts. I don't have a very big butt either. And I wouldn't mind getting some freaking fat, injected all up in there and made me have a peach booty. But I wonder if most people would be because whenever a girl posts on Instagram that she got work done, there's always people in the comments that are saying their 2 cents, right? From what I've seen with Jordan, and I think that this is good, and I'm glad that it's going like this for her. But what I've seen with Jordan is most people are very supportive. I haven't read all the comments, but most of them are supportive. I haven't seen anyone be like, "Oh, you're just getting surgery. You don't work hard," kind of thing. And that's what a lot of people say that when these girls or even guys just get surgery to change their body. And so I'm curious. What do you think about it? Because you're someone that doesn't have loose skin. Hopefully you'll never have loose skin until you're 85 or something. Uh-huh. But what's your thoughts when you see that? When you see someone get loose skin surgery, and then maybe like her, I'm not 100% sure, and so I don't know if this happened. But say, okay, we're talking about a different person now, right? Mm-hmm. Different person, not Jordan, because I'm not trying to make a video about or a podcast about Jordan. But say someone, they get loose skin surgery, and they get loose skin taken off, and then they get some fat from their back into their butt because their butt's really flat from losing a lot of weight. What's your thoughts when you see that?
Well, it's something I've never considered.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just trying to wrap my mind around all the complexities, I guess. I lean more on the side of, work what your mama gave you, less about, more on the natural change, you know what I mean? More on the a good way to get a good butt is squats and Romanian deadlifts and blah blah blah. But not to say that she hasn't done that, but definitely that's the first step you take.
We're not talking about her. We're talking about a random person.
Yeah, so a random person, I would definitely say you want to shape your butt. There's a natural way to do it that's not very invasive. But then also I am more on the natural, what your mama gave you, the body that you were given. I'm very much lean towards that direction. I also lean towards it's not my body.
Well, yeah, I mean that's obvious. I think that's kind of pointless to even bring up. I think that, of course, I'm not saying that you would ever go up to someone and be
people would. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by separating
okay,
my opinion. I would never go on Instagram and comment that she shouldn't have done that.
Well, yeah.
But people will.
Yeah.
Some people believe that because they hold an opinion, everyone needs to know it.
Yeah.
And that's just not true. There are some times where it's I don't agree with that. Keep on scrolling.
Okay. Well, let's make it more interesting then. Let's say me then, okay? Because you know me, and you know how much work I've put in. You know how hard I work sometimes, and you know that I've been lifting for 6 years. I have been, I'm pretty consistent. I would say more consistent than most people I know, but I have loose skin on my legs. I have loose skin on my stomach. I have loose skin on my chest. If I got loose skin surgery to shape those areas, what would you think about that?
I'd probably think good for you.
Why is that? So why is it a little bit different? Is it because you know me more?
I think it's because you have worked to your natural limit, and that your skin will not become loose outside of external forces.
My skin will not. You
or
mean
become tight again,
I
or
was
whatever.
like, what? It did become loose. What are you talking about?
Will not tighten up, right?
Yeah.
So because you have done everything you could up to your body's natural ability, I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I understand. But for the,
So okay, wait. Well, because I think this is interesting, and I'm sure we feel the same way. So I'm just trying to get down to it to maybe explain it to people that are listening. So, do you think? So, like my thoughts, and I'm curious to see if you agree. When I see people, now this is just my opinion, and if you decide to get surgery right after you lose the weight, that is your choice. Like I'm not here to like do your thing. But I think it is a very good idea to have had the weight off, and I'm actually surprised it's maybe not even it's not a rule, because I think you should have the weight off for a few years before you're even allowed to get the surgery. I understand that they'll never enforce that, but I really do think it's important. The reason is because, and like Jordan, she's had her weight off for years and years and years now, so I totally, and do your thing, girl. But like I've seen so many people get loose skin surgery. And Ethan was one of the guys that I was talking to about it. He got this loose skin surgery, and then you have to become sedentary because, you can't move. A lot of people lose their weight and they're pretty active, so you can't do that anymore. You literally can't do anything. Now you're at home stuck with this food most likely that has made you so obese. And so I think you should be have had the weight off for a while and know that you have conquered those things before you go into getting the surgery. And then on top of that, like you were saying, you should try and mold and shape your body in a natural way as much as you can. And then you can be like, okay, well, like for me, it's like no matter how big of a chest I get, it's not like the loose skin on my chest is going to go away. It's just not going to happen, right? Same thing with my legs. Like I have freaking gigantic legs and there's still loose skin there, And so like, what do you think of that? Like, what is your opinion on that?
I mean, I think just like, I don't know, skin is only so malleable, right? Only so stretchy. Like if you are overweight, lose a lot of weight on a, you push your way through a crash diet, or you know what I mean? Like whatever, like you find something where you're like, you know what, I'm only going to eat styrofoam and water for, 6 months, and you lose 150 pounds or whatever. And you're like, time to get my loose skin surgery. But it was like totally unsustainable and you weren't able to hold on to it. Like, I don't know if you were to go back to your same weight, like what happens to your skin? You know, like that's what I just don't. So I think just on that aspect all by itself, like.
Well, it's pretty crazy. So what I've seen happen is because a lot of times when you get loose skin surgery, they also do a little bit of liposuction in those areas, just to get rid of, because sometimes like the fat cells, they're still there. So they have to get rid of them basically, right? And so a lot of times people that lose weight and then gain it, like get skin surgery after they've lost the weight and then gain it back, their bodies just look different, Like my friend Zach, he gained a little bit of weight back, nothing crazy, but like he showed it on the channel, so it's not like I'm sharing a secret of his.
Yeah.
But
during quarantine?
Yeah, his like incisions where they like cut him open, it's like there's like fat up here, fat down here under the incision, but the incision's like an indent, and it's just crazy because it's like you can't put fat on there. So from what I've seen, people that lose weight, get surgery, gain weight back again, usually, so say if you're like, you're looking at a guy that's overweight normally that has never gotten surgery, like they have a big gut, like they're kind of like round in that way. But when you get the surgery, a lot of times that gut can't come back. So you end up becoming a lot wider. Does that make sense? Like you get more square almost. Now it's not everybody, but that's something I've noticed. Like your fat literally goes in places it's never been before. Like it'll go in your upper back if you got a lot of loose skin removed on your lower back, or all these different places. So you look completely different. And so it's a wild experience. It's not something that I would ever really want to go through, but it's something that a lot of people do go through. So that's why, like, seeing that and seeing how much that.
You just said that you wouldn't want to go through the experience of having loose skin surgery and then gaining a whole bunch of weight back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a standard.
Yeah, I know. But it's like.
That's a standard emotion.
It's just. I think the reason, because I've seen this happen to so many people, that's why I just like to have people think as much as they can about the surgery before they actually get it, and like try and be as patient as you can be. Like, I get that living with loose skin for a lot of people is like horrifying and they hate it every day. I don't know. For me, it's like at most it's annoying, but like most days, like am I ever talking about it at home?
No.
Do you ever hear me
I
like?
was trying to think of something clever. And
Yeah, but do you ever hear me like complaining about it?
No,
have I ever complained to you about it?
No, I mean we make fun of you about it.
Yeah,
but that's about.
But that's fine. Whatever. We make fun of your lazy eye too. So
that actually that leads into like, so if it's like affecting your mental health, then I mean I think there's an element of like let's work on this, which is the same thing with like a lazy eye.
It's with anything, man. If something is affecting you to a point where it's like you can't function normally, you should absolutely do what you can to. I would say first, maybe find a way to cope with it. Obviously, that would be without intervention. But like, if that's just not possible, like again, I don't care if people get surgery. I genuinely, if it makes you happy, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah. Like with like a lazy eye, it's considered cosmetic as well. However, if you can like prove that like not being able to look at people in the eye is like a psychological thing, which it is, and I definitely feel the repercussions of it. Like you avert gaze because you don't want people to notice that you have a lazy eye kind of thing, and then you can't look at people in the eye, and then people think you're not confident. Like all these
I always forget that you have a lazy eye because I'm so used to looking in your right eye.
Yeah, I'm also really good at diverting gaze so that people don't notice it.
You just look at people and you just put your hand over.
Yeah, seriously, like when I had long hair, it was like to block the eye.
Oh yeah, you would swoop it over the left eye, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So and now like I'm 30 years old. I got a freaking wife. Like you know, like I don't freaking care if people look at my lazy eye.
Well,
if anything, it's
you
like,
still care a little bit.
I mean, I still do, but like I'm like if it shows in a picture, I'm not posting it anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You
like,
were doing that for a while.
I've like photoshopped some.
Have you?
Yeah. Well, once. I did it once. Like I was like
it was more
like
for you just to see if you could though, too.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some element of that, but like photoshopped an eye straight because I was like didn't want to see it lazy eye. And now it's like I don't know, like how many people have lazy eyes? It's actually kind of like a pretty unique thing.
Yeah.
Like that like can separate you from look at all those guys and that guy has a lazy eye.
Yeah.
Let's choose that guy for
So if you have a lazy eye, does that mean that does that eye always have bad vision?
I don't know if it always does. Mine does.
I feel like it would be.
I mean, that's the reason why it becomes lazy is because your mind has shut it off because the vision is bad. So it favors one eye because the other eye's vision is so bad. So then your brain literally is like, well, let's not use that eye. And then it focuses on one eye, and the other eye just kind of starts drifting away because your brain doesn't strengthen it.
Maybe pretty soon it'll be all turned around and you'll just have one white eye.
I know. That'd be wild.
That'd be so creepy looking.
I would just Sharpie my eye black.
That wouldn't be creepy. You should just get it removed and put a marble in your face or something like that.
But you can do surgery when you're younger, but I missed that because it
was expensive when we were broke, man.
Dude, I was in foster care at that time. When you should have done it. So I did. I mean, I met with an eye doctor while I was in foster care, and he was just like, hey, like a more expensive option is this surgery, or you can wear a patch. And our uncle was like, patch.
Yeah.
And I hated the patch so much.
You didn't wear it for very long.
No, a couple days. I hated it. Because it was like the middle of summer, and it was like this like cottony, sweaty thing. Like the same, not like gauze, but like the same material that like peels apart really easy and is really hot. Ugh, I hated it. But I had one friend who... This is like going back way memories. I don't remember who it is at all, but it was at some foster thing. And this one girl, like these boys were making fun of me. And this older girl was like, stop making fun of me. And then she like hung out with me for the rest of the day. And it was like, all right.
That was John's first girlfriend.
Yeah. I now know how to use this for my advantage.
Yeah. You just have to cower in fear around a pretty girl. And there you go.
Wait for girls to defend me.
Wait for your what's the word I'm looking for?
Life.
Yeah, there you go. I was trying to think of like the opposite of damsel, and like you're the opposite of a damsel in distress, a dame in distress.
Dane in distress. Mm-hmm. I am constantly a Dane in distress
It's true.
at all times.
All right, so there was something that you wanted to actually talk about. We kind of got off topic a little
bit. No,
bit.
the conversation was good. That wasn't expected. I'm imagining the thumbnail or the title now being like, "Is loose skin surgery worth it?" They're like, "What?"
Yeah, I mean, hey, you guys heard it here first.
It's either gonna be that or something else. But
I would hope so.
Yeah,
It's gonna be that or something else.
Yeah, this is just gonna be untitled.
Untitled. There you go.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Okay.
How did you lose weight?
Diet.
And
Exercise.
what exercise?
Most of it was actually zero exercise, but once I started lifting and like working, not even lifting, once I started working out, it was like cardio machines, right? And then it was just like regular gym bro stuff, like back day,
Yeah,
chest day, stuff like that.
but you also focus a lot on compound, right? Compound movements or no?
Not really, to be honest. Like I didn't really do much like deadlifting. I was too afraid. Like it seemed like too intense, and I was doing it by myself, and so I was just like, no, I'm good. Like I can watch these videos on YouTube that will show me how to do these simple things, but when it came to like squats, a big reason I didn't do squats was because my ankle mobility was so bad. I mean, it still is really bad, but I didn't realize that there were things I could do to improve it, and so I was just like, oh, my body can't squat. So I just didn't do those. And
I mean, you can still do, like, even for compound, you can still could have done the leg press or, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think of that as compound. I think of that as just a machine still. But I guess you're right. I mean, I would do leg press. Like, I have a video on my second Instagram from a long time ago. It was like a leg day. It's like lunges, and I was doing like leg press, and it's, you know. But yeah, so that's kind of what I did when I first started.
So it wasn't CrossFit?
Nope.
So why, or do you, if you do you believe that CrossFit really is the best for fitness, for overall fitness? Or why have you decided that that's going to be the flag you stick your pole in?
I'm not going to have sex with any flags. I think for me, it's just, it's a combination of a lot of things. Like CrossFit's fun, first of all, right? And like when we first started, I didn't think I could do a 24-inch box jump, you know.
I remember.
And then the day I did it, I did
made fun of you.
Yeah. Then the day I did it, I did like 50 in the workout or something, right? And like so, there's just been so many instances like that. Because like for me, growing up, I was, you know, a chubby kid. So I played football and stuff, but I didn't do much. And then, you know, once I got into high school, I was very sedentary. And then once I lost weight and did bodybuilding, it still wasn't like I was an athlete or like functional at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what functional was, but then when I got into CrossFit, it just like there were so many things that challenged me, and like I had these little wins that I just like really, really enjoyed it. And I think the reason I enjoy it, there's so many little things. Like there's a community aspect, right? So there's a lot of people that I get to be around and doing workouts. I think personally for me, something I've realized through quarantine and this most recent time is I like that I can make up workouts on my own and like kill myself, you know? And it's like, I really enjoy that. And I don't know. I personally feel like for me, it makes me pretty fit, but I still enjoy other things too, you know?
So you have a community of like friends who are all Instagram, weight loss, YouTube, etc.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them have lost weight doing CrossFit?
None of them have. I don't think any of them have. Nothing that comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think? Because to say that there aren't people out there is just a false lie. Because there definitely are people who have lost weight. As opposed to a true lie, it's a false lie. But like, why do you think? If CrossFit is the best fitness regime, right, the test of overall fitness, why are there a lot more former athletes, maybe former college soccer players or whatever, who find CrossFit and fall in love with it, versus former obese people who have found CrossFit and...
I think a big reason is because people are intimidated by it. And that's still a thing. Like I get that question like seriously, like at least a few times a week. Am I too this to do CrossFit? Right? Fat, skinny, weak, strong, like whatever. It's like, am I too enter your own thing to do CrossFit? And so a lot of people see it and they're intimidated by it. So like when you think about those athletes and those people that were already at a high level, and maybe they weren't even a super high level, but they were still athletic, you know, they still push themselves really hard and they want to find that. They see CrossFit and they see that looks exciting. A lot of people that are maybe untrained, they don't even have to be obese, right? They could just be untrained, don't go to the gym. They see CrossFit and they say, that looks scary. It's like, it's just a difference.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that there's a lot of people that have lost weight, like doing CrossFit. I just think that, yeah, I think it's just that it's kind of intimidating for people. And so I think that it can be used. I mean, like I always say, weight loss happens in the kitchen, fitness happens in the gym. So like in reality, you don't have to do anything. Like I lost most of my weight without working out at all. Not saying that I recommend that, but it's not a necessary thing. But if you, and the reason I always encourage people to do CrossFit is because community is very important. And like any aspect of whatever you're doing, community will help you continue doing that thing, right? It will be some sort of driving force for you. And with CrossFit, it's baked into the whole thing, right? Like if you go to the gym, a lot of gyms, it's not about talking, right? Like I personally don't like talking to people at 24 Hour Fitness when I go there. I'm not there to talk to people, you know? And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are like that, you know?
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock, just like your friend The Rock.
Me and Dwayne.
And so like I don't want people to talk to me, not because I'm trying to be rude, but it's like I'm there for a very specific reason. When it comes to CrossFit, and like I would say any group training, but like CrossFit is obviously what we do. When it comes to that, it's like baked into the whole thing. Is like you go in, you say hi to everybody. Right now it's a little weird, but like, you know, say pre-COVID, like you go in, you say hi to people, you end up talking, you become friends. Like some of my best friends now are from a CrossFit gym. I barely know anyone from like there's people at 24 Hour Fitness I've seen for years and I've literally never said a word to them.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen at CrossFit, you know? And so I think that community aspect of it is incredibly important, and especially if you're someone that is kind of nervous and maybe you're untrained and maybe you need a little bit of motivation. So knowing that Fred is going to be at the gym and he's going to be like, hey man, good to see you, like how you feeling or whatever, like if that might motivate you to go, then that's an extra added benefit, right? And so that's why I'm a fan of CrossFit as far as like helping someone that might be untrained. But the thing is like it's just, I think you do have to be kind of careful and make sure you have good coaches, and like the coaches need to make sure that they are they're not just trying to kill their athletes. Yeah, they're trying to actually, like, especially like, you know, there are some people like say like me and you are relatively you know fit, we're relatively kind of indoctrinated into the culture and stuff, and it's like sometimes we just want to go die in a workout. Yeah. But like for someone that is just starting out, that is not what they want. Like you should want them to feel like they push themselves, but not feel like I am scared to go back. Or like I was terrified during that or whatever, you know? Yeah. And so I think that that's when it's like up to the coaches as well. I don't know. I just went on a rant, but
no, you're good. I just a side thing. It's kind of funny because like you're talking about being pushed, you know what I mean, stuff like that, or even if you weren't talking about it, that's where my mind went, by the people in your community. And today during the class, the workout was it was 50, 75, 100 double unders and 10, 20, 30 hang power snatches. And like I had two people in my class who like were legit like, oh, these people might beat me. We have the guy I talked about like 3 weeks ago, Cass, the new guy who I'm still like trying to
assert your dominance
flex on. Yeah, it doesn't end up happening more often than not. But he's to my left, and then you got Ricardo, probably listening. What's up, Ricardo? On my right.
We need to stop shouting him out. If we keep shouting him out, we're gonna have to start
getting him on the podcast.
No, we're gonna have to start like asking. He's gonna have to start paying us.
Yeah, for royalties. Yeah. But have we talked? I mean, I think
a few times.
Oh, that's funny. What's up, Ricardo? But like. So, Cass, he was pretty good at double unders. Ricardo was just cycling through the barbell really fast. And so it was like, I found myself in the middle, like trying not to pay attention, but also like, oh crap, I got to hurry up here. Oh crap, I got to hurry up here. And it is like that. Like, you do find yourself, like, I walked in today, like, all right, it's just a Monday morning. I'm kind of
It's
sore.
literally how you walk in every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
I'm like, we did 20 minutes to find 2 rep max, 3 second back squat pause, whatever.
You said that's so weird.
20 minutes to find a 3 second pause back squat for 2 reps.
There you go.
Or something. I don't know.
That's a little bit better. Still a little weird.
Still kind of weird.
It's fine.
So you squat once.
Oh my
You hold
God.
it for 3 seconds and you get up. Then you squat again. Hold it for 3 seconds. Get up. And I like even during the first 10 minutes, I'm just like, I'm just gonna kind of warm up. And then it was like you start hearing the people like grunting and hitting some weights, and then you're just kind of like, all right, let me throw a little bit extra on there. And then so I ended up hitting 335, which I was really happy about, but it wasn't the heaviest weight in the class. Dang it! Cass beat me.
I figured.
Yeah, by 10 pounds, which is like so annoying. But anyway, back onto the subject of is CrossFit really the best for fitness and weight loss or whatever? Would you think it? I mean, would you say it's fair that CrossFit is not a weight loss fitness program?
No, I don't think that's fair.
You don't think it's fair?
I think nothing is a weight loss fitness program. Like, that's my thoughts
Uh-huh.
when it comes to that. Like, yes, anything, literally anything can help you in losing weight. It could be powerlifting. It could be, like, obviously that's probably not going to be the best. But like there are people that have lost weight doing.
Yeah, but the community of powerlifting is, is weight moves weight.
You not everybody, but yeah. But like as far as like, yes, training for a triathlon can be for weight loss. Running marathons can be for weight loss. CrossFit, bodybuilding, just going to the gym and doing 20 minutes of cardio. Like anything can be for weight loss, but it's not going to be the main driver of your weight loss, or at least it shouldn't be. That's my opinion. Like, your main driver of weight loss should be your nutrition and your calories that you're consuming, right? Because it's like like one of the pillars of what I believe in is that it is much easier to eat calories than it is to burn calories. So if you're concerned about losing weight, you should be more focused on the calories that you are shoveling into your mouth versus the calories that you're burning doing exercise. Like, imagine, have you ever tried to burn 1,000 calories in a workout?
No.
Yeah, it takes a long time,
Yeah.
right? But when you eating 1,000 calories, you eat your
One
Chipotle
meal.
bowl in
One meal.
no time at all, right? And so that's why I tell people, like, focus on your nutrition, and then, but like fitness is a incredible complement to that, and I think people should absolutely use it. And so when it comes to like CrossFit and like for weight loss, I think it can be used for that, just like any other sort of fitness regimen can be used for that.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, I agree with you.
I know. You're asking questions.
I'm probing.
What do you think that CrossFit makes you like when? So I'm kind of curious because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when I hear the fittest on earth, right? Like that's the crowning for the CrossFit Games. It's a little cringy to me. Do you think it's a little cringy?
I think it depends on how much Kool-Aid I'm drinking. Because I think like there are some amazing, what are they called? Decathletes?
There's tons of
It's called
decathletes. There's like
decathlon. That's the thing though, right?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Like
I'll look it up.
Who 100%?
So we're not sounding stupid.
Like for example, a really freaking awesome accomplishment past couple weeks.
Okay, I'm gonna read it out.
Yeah.
Decathlon, an athletic event taking place over 2 days in which each competitor takes part in the same prescribed 10 events: 100-meter dash, long jump, shot put, high jump, 400-meter dash, 110-meter hurdles, discus, pole vault, javelin, and 1,500-meter run.
Yeah. So a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot about strength though.
Not really much about strength at all.
But there was some decathlete, I don't remember his name, but he was rumored to be able to squat like 500 and something pounds.
Jeez.
And had a sub 5-minute mile. You know what I mean? So it's like that level of like, but if you look at that, what is that? That is a whole bunch of 1,500 meter, 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
Jumping high and long. Like it is varied.
I mean, that's
fitness.
That is very varied for sure. 100%. Like
and so like with Adam
no
Klink,
swimming though.
Yeah. Adam Klink.
You're saying?
He is a fellow BPN athlete.
Yeah, shout out to Adam.
And
he trains with former fittest man on earth Ben Smith.
Yeah,
He's
I
his
mean
training partner.
he's his he's the gym manager. He does all the programming and stuff for Ben Smith's gym.
We should get Adam on here sometime.
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
That should be the next one. Don't hold us to that. Just like don't hold us to the name.
Adam, if you're listening to this, hit me up.
Yeah. But like he was able to do a sub 5-minute mile and a 500-pound squat. And like when
That's
you
insane, man.
yeah, and when you look at fitness,
explain the backstory behind that. Like, why did he decide to do that?
Dave Castro wrote a book a couple years ago.
A long time ago.
A couple years ago, yeah. About why he wrote the CrossFit or how he creates the CrossFit Games. That was it was like an inside look into his mind of the CrossFit Games. And he it was legitimately the style of writing was off the top of his head. Like he didn't really edit. It was very much like I'm just going to write on my notes and whatever comes to mind is what this book is going to end up being. So in the book, he does a couple things. He calls out just athletes saying, yeah, I think they're on steroids. Yeah, I think, you know what I mean? Like it was very controversial like that. But then it was also like, he's like, yeah, sure. So if you thought, if you had to think about what do I think is some amazing accomplished feat that we haven't seen yet for a CrossFitter to do that would prove their fitness, he's like, I don't know. A sub 5-minute mile and a 500-pound back squat. And just for the heck of it, let's throw in 50 pull-ups, chest to bar. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be an ultimate on the same day.
Yeah.
I think that would be an ultimate test of fitness. He just kind of threw it out there. But what that did is that created like a gauntlet of all right, well, who's going to do it? Who's going to accomplish it? And so Adam Klink, he was training for it for a little bit. Like,
but not like
not
super.
like
it's not like he was like 2 years of training for this. Like he trained for a while. And I'm sure he trained very hard. Not to take credit where credit's due, but
because he did like a week. So he posted a YouTube video, which I thought was pretty cool. Posted a YouTube video of the day. But then like a week earlier, it's like 500-pound back squat and 503 mile or something. So it was like something he was like attempting for a little bit, which is pretty cool. But I think that's like for someone to do that, I think is worthy of being like, you were one of the fittest people on earth. Like I don't cringe at that title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cringe was like a little bit of a strong word, but it's just like because there's a lot of argument.
I'm just frustrated.
The reason I said that is because there's a lot of argument.
There's a lot of argument by like cyclists and triathlon runners, or whatever, where it's like, all right, cool, like triathletes, like let's triathlon runners. They only do the running part. But like, cool, well, great. Let's put a 400-pound barbell on your back and squat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not looking, like, you are incredible at what you do. But if fitness is an all-encompassing definition between, and if you want to go with the CrossFit definition, broad time, modal domains, like from 1-minute sprints to 100, whatever. 1 to 100. Okay, so from 100 meters to 10 miles, right?
Okay.
Like, or from 135 pounds to 400 pounds. Like, broad time, modal domains, from running, swimming, your aerobic, your anaerobic, like all over that. I think it's a fair thing to say that is fitness, not just someone who excels at long distance.
But I will say that most people that do CrossFit don't do all those things.
No. I mean, CrossFit's definitely got its like.
I've never done a swimming workout.
We also don't have a pool.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I've never, like, I know the top athletes do, but I would say the most CrossFitters do CrossFit. Yeah, which is it's relatively specific.
Yeah, it's got a thing. I mean,
which there's nothing wrong with that.
CrossFitters, when let's just say a random trainer in the gym starts programming workouts for like a special class. Let's just hypothetically say. And then that trainer starts using like some weird dumbbell movements that we're not used to. People start freaking out.
This isn't CrossFit. When in reality, everything is CrossFit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like these like
it's just if
dumbbell
you're not
plank pullovers or something.
If you're not able to really count it, that's one thing that's hard. Because a lot of CrossFit is about counting and beating other people, you know? And if it's like 30-second thing and it's like what? But how can I do that faster?
Yeah.
You know?
How do I beat these people?
And a lot of CrossFit was horizontal plane instead of vertical. Is that correct?
No, I think it's vertical.
Whatever.
It's from floor to ceilings.
Yeah.
It's all
and
that.
You're never
There's
really
not a lot of rotation.
Yeah, you're not doing a lot of rotation. And so, I mean, there are without a doubt flaws in the program. And that's why
I think that's the biggest flaw.
Yeah.
Like I wish there was like a program out there that was like, hey, keep on doing your CrossFit.
I'm
But
sure
then-
I'm sure there is
Yeah,
somewhere.
well, if you know, let me know. Because Marcus Philly has his what is it, functional bodybuilding?
Yeah.
But it's a whole program.
Yeah.
It's not just do these in addition with your already
Yeah.
programming. Or there's there's a whole bunch of ones that are all about using all the planes in your body, but it's no, I still want to do CrossFit.
Yeah.
Just give me some supplemental rotational axis stuff as
Yeah.
well. I know On It is really big on they use the mace and stuff.
Yeah, that's some of the people that have things against CrossFit. I think that there are genuine gripes that you can have, and I don't really mind when people bring those up, but it's when people are just you'll lose all your gains or you'll get injured. And I'm just dude, if you're eating enough, you're going to be fine. And if you're smart, you're not going to get injured. But with anything, especially if you're pursuing CrossFit as a sport, people get injured in sports. It's just part of the game. But if you're doing it as in a responsible way where you're not trying to kill it all the time, I think you can be very safe doing CrossFit.
Okay, so is another pivot is CrossFit, or let me say this, is pursuing weight loss and pursuing health the same thing?
No, not at all. They're so different. And that's what I think a lot of people get confused with. And this is where I can understand where health at every size comes from. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people lose weight and get very unhealthy, 100%. So that's why a lot of times when I say I'm talking about weight loss, I'm not sitting here saying this is this is going to make you the healthiest person in the world. Mm-hmm. I don't think anything I do is unhealthy, but it's I'm not when I talk about being in a caloric deficit and stuff, I'm talking about strictly for weight loss, And so I don't think that I would say in certain aspects, right, if you're very, very, very large, losing weight in any capacity is probably a good idea. But if you're only 20 pounds overweight and you are doing very drastic things to lose weight, you could end up absolutely hurting your health. Mm-hmm. So they're not one and the same at all, I don't think. And so I think that there are certain, exercises and things that you can do that can be detrimental, that can be too much, right? If you're always going out on a bike and you're relatively untrained, right, and you're trying to bike for 2 hours every day, every single day, that's probably not a good idea, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe once you've trained for that for a very long time, it might become very normal for you. But if you are just trying to jump into that, or say even longer bike rides, right, 3-4 hour bike rides, that's probably not the healthiest thing. Mm-hmm. Just in all around health, it might help you lose a little bit of weight, but as far as your other aspects of your life, probably not the best thing to do.
So with CrossFit, I think people think you burn more calories than you actually do.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Because I know that when I first started, I was oh, man, I was dying on the floor. Mm-hmm. I burned less calories in CrossFit than I did in bodybuilding.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you want to talk about that for a little bit? What people think, because CrossFit is so intense, that therefore the calorie level is higher.
Yeah, it's just, I can understand where people are coming from, but if you just think of it for a second longer, you'll realize, okay, well, this workout is 8 minutes long. You could be going the hardest in the world for 8 minutes. Think about how many calories you're going to burn in that amount of time. Mm-hmm. At most, what? Maybe 200?
Maybe.
I'm saying at absolute most, if you're someone that's very, very large and, Mm-hmm. But for the most part, you probably burn 75 calories doing an 8 minute workout, right? Yeah. Maybe 100. And so it's just kind of common sense. Again, obviously not all workouts are 8 minutes, and that's a part of why I like doing longer workouts. I feel like I get more out of it. I personally don't really enjoy the super short workouts. I'm kind of a baby and I don't like how much it hurts. Mm-hmm. So I like doing longer workouts that I can kind of pace myself, Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a huge misconception, but that's a misconception people have just with exercise in general. People think that you burn a lot more calories doing certain things than you do. And people also underestimate how many calories you can burn doing simple things like going on a walk. Mm-hmm. You can go on because a walk is going to be relatively low impact for most people. You could do it for hours on end. I'll go on a walk for 2 hours and it's whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if I did that for a run, I'd be freaking wrecked.
Yeah.
Or a bike ride, not as wrecked, but I'd feel that. But a walk, obviously you're not burning as many as I would be going on a run or that, but you're doing significant, you're helping yourself out significantly. And so it's
a 40-minute walk, my watch tells me I burn like 237 calories.
Yeah.
Like I see that number a lot at the end of the walk. 237. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And so like, but there are other things, right? Because your body would have burned calories in that time already,
Anyway,
right? So maybe, I don't know exactly what it is. Say it's 50. So like you really burned 100 something. But still, it's like, that's only 40 minutes, right? And so it's like, I think a lot of people, it's just with exercise in general, we over or underestimate a lot of times. And I think that's why I try not to focus too much on, I've worked out so hard, so I'm going to eat more today. I just try and eat relatively similarly every day. Unless like I literally have done nothing all day, then it's like, okay, I'm just not as hungry. But yeah, I think that's the thing that a lot of people in cross. I mean, you see all the memes of stuff of like, just did a 2-minute workout. Can't wait to crush this burrito when I get home. And it's like, well, yeah,
Yeah. I think for any like pitfall, I think for anyone, a pitfall is going to be that if you think your exercise program is going to be the thing that causes you to lose weight, like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
Because it is 100%. It's the calories in, calories out. But health, the benefit, the benefit of like, so well, I wanted to take this like long road to talk about. CrossFit is not going to be the thing that helps you lose weight or that gets you to lose weight. It can help, but it will not be the thing that causes you to lose weight. It'll be a calorie deficit.
If you think of it like a pyramid, right? Like the CrossFit or whatever might be in the middle or at the top, but like your diet is the base.
Yeah.
And so focus on that the most, and then maybe add in those little extra pieces.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah. And so again, it's going to be like, but the reason I think personally that CrossFit is important is because there are things we've already established in this podcast that weight loss and health are not the same thing. So while you are, you can be losing weight by doing nothing, except having a caloric deficit. When you're doing CrossFit, when you're testing your cardiovascular system and your muscles to failure, and when you're doing stuff like that, it causes changes in your body. It gives you a lower blood pressure, your heart, like all that stuff. Like it definitely, it makes a change in you that you may not see physically, but that is totally happening within your system.
Well, and I think that something that I say a lot is you should be pursuing weight loss to improve the quality of your life, right? And I think that, for a lot of people, just losing weight in any way is probably going to do that, right? If you are like immobile because of your size or whatever. But like once you get to a more, straight size or whatever you want to call it, normal weight, you losing that extra 10 pounds probably isn't going to be that big of a deal, quality of life wise. But like adding in CrossFit or adding in some sort of training might improve the quality of your life, and you might not see any weight change. But like the quality of your life, being able to move better, being able to walk up a set of stairs without huffing and puffing, you know what I mean? Those are all things that are quantifiable and that are still improving the quality of your life. No, it might not result in weight loss per se, but it will result in overall health, which is incredibly important, I think. And it is the most important thing, I think.
Yeah. Yep. That was my CrossFit conversation that I wanted to ask. Just get people out of the mindset of like, oh, well, because I do CrossFit, or because I worked out, like I'm losing weight. I don't know. Like CrossFit may not be the best thing for weight loss, but anything outside of measuring your calories in versus your calories out isn't going to be. Like,
well, it's the thing, man. It's like people think that a lot of people like to search for the best thing, right? What's the best thing? But if it's the best thing that you don't like doing, it doesn't matter that it's the best thing, right? But if it's the thing that you really enjoy, that is the best thing for you. Right? Maybe it would be better to do a triathlon for weight loss. I'm not saying that that's true, but maybe that would be the best thing. But you hate running, or you hate biking, or you swimming is terrible. You don't enjoy it. That's not going to be the best thing for you. So maybe CrossFit, maybe bodybuilding, like maybe just rowing. Who knows? Like if you find something you genuinely enjoy, that for you is the best thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I try not to push, CrossFit or like the way I train onto others. I say this is what I like to do. But like if you don't like it, find something that you like. And if that is, playing shuffleboard, great. You know, you might not burn many calories, but like, if you like it, shoot, go for it. Do your thing. That's my campaign that I'm running for president in 2024 with.
Yeah, good luck.
Find what you enjoy.
You're going to run for president in
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
I won't be old enough, I don't think. 28.
Yeah. You got to be at least 35.
You have to be 35, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 27 now, so yeah, I wouldn't be old enough.
Youngin?
You wouldn't be old enough either, right? You're 30?
No.
Yeah, so shut up.
I would not be old enough. Well, I think... No. Yeah, I wouldn't be old enough.
You wouldn't be old enough.
Because I think it matters, like, when you get sworn in January, is like when you would need to be 35 by.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, that wouldn't work. Because then I would be 3 months shy.
It's crazy how old presidents are. A lot of the presidents are like 60 and 70.
I know.
How old was Barack Obama? Was he in his 40s?
I think so.
That was...
I don't know. Barack Obama and John F. Kennedy, not Jamie Kennedy. They were some of the youngest ones.
Hmm.
And then you got people in their 70s who are running.
Well, Trump's in his 70s, right?
Yeah.
And so is Biden?
Yeah.
The geriatric Olympics.
It blows my mind. Why would you want that much stress?
Well, Kanye's running.
Yeah.
So
the birthday party.
He's younger, so
I know.
I don't know.
He'd be fun.
Is that what he's calling it? The birthday party?
Yeah. He's
Oh my
in the
gosh.
birthday party.
I like it.
I mean, I think it's the same ideals as the Republican Party, but you can't have two candidates in the Republican Party.
Mm.
Really, you can't. I don't know. Again,
Imagine if
now we're in a world
Kanye.
where-
Imagine if Kanye West won.
I mean,
I know that it's highly unlikely, but I mean, remember when we were saying that about Trump 4 years ago?
remember when we were saying about Arnold Schwarzenegger in California?
Yeah.
Man, we've had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Donald Trump as our...
So basically, what you need to
Governing
do is
officials.
become. You need to become some sort of famous celebrity in some aspect, and then you can run for president. Now.
Right.
That's how it's
That's
turning
what
in.
it's gonna be.
It's turning into what that movie Idiocracy. Remember? Did you ever watch
I
that
never
back in the day?
watched it.
Oh, it was Terry Crews was like the president. Basically, what it's turning into now. It's
Wow.
great.
Yeah. Really? He played a politician?
I think he was the president, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and he was like jacked president guy, and like, I think if I remember correctly, they were like a big thing. They were like electrolytes. Everything has electrolytes, and they were trying like all the plants were dying or something like that. It was because they were watering them with like basically Gatorade, like things that have electro. They're like, you can't do this, and it was because like the big corporations were controlling everything,
Yeah.
and so they were like, we'll sell it,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because in Arrested Development, Terry Crews plays a corrupt politician.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, as well.
There you go. Maybe that's what he's going to do next is run for president.
Maybe.
Imagine if The Rock ran for president.
He'd probably win.
I feel like he would.
Well,
could
I
see
mean, he
it.
might win popular vote, but I don't know if the Electoral College or whatever, like the people who actually vote in America
Yeah.
for president, I don't know if the Electoral College would choose him. It's a whole system designed to keep people in charge.
This is now a political podcast. Just so you guys know.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Just
This is
kidding.
work
No.
for changing the
Governmental system.
system.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That was my fitness talk.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Again, we'll let you guys know when the merch is out. Obviously, if you're not following us on Instagram yet, that's what you'll find out first, that the merch is coming out.
It's
Again,
gonna be so sick, guys.
yeah, we're working on it. It's going to be cool.
Oh. Should we say who the other people that this person does?
No, we can't say that yet. We don't even have anything written in stone yet.
I don't care.
No, we're not doing that. But it'll be out on
The Rock.
Instagram.
Just kidding. Our clothing is through Under Armour.
Yeah, no,
It's been a crazy setup. No.
But we're working on it, and so we'll let you guys know when that is out. Again, follow us on Instagram at Work for Change Podcast. If you are listening to this on any podcast app, make sure you leave a review on that app. Let us know how much you enjoyed the episode, or you are enjoying the episodes. If you have any suggestions for guests or anything like that, hit us up on Instagram again at Work for Change Podcast. Let us know, because I think that's always super helpful when we get some recommendations, because then we
Dude,
can.
it's super easy because a lot of times, like, okay, we have people who we oh, maybe this person. But then we ask them, and it's like, we did it. It's cool. It's like, we don't know how people resonated with that. So when it's like someone, like the podcast is like, hey guys,
exactly.
do this person. It's like, oh,
yeah,
cool.
It's very, very helpful. So just
I
let
would
us
love
know.
to have Adam on. We can reach out to him.
Well, I'll reach out to him.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Peace.